Hello, everyone, and welcome to Birth Your Vision podcast. And so, on today's episode, I am joined by the beautiful Regina, and she's going to be telling us all about how we can actually create a fantastic, fulfilling life of purpose. And so, we're going to really dive down into some amazing tips and strategies to actually help you to be able to work in your purpose. But before I actually ask her to come live and speak to us, I just want to tell you about my wonderful guest. So Regina is actually an amazing woman. She is the CEO of the Whole Woman Network. And she is an amazing producer of the show, the Whole Woman Show. And, she has actually basically designed this amazing show to help improve the lives of women spiritually, physically, emotionally, and mentally, as well as financially. She is an amazing woman. She is a journalist, and she's also written an amazing publication for leading newspapers in the Bahamas, which is amazing, a great place to be. And she's also had her own radio show. She's created her own fantastic magazine. And, she is amazing. For over 20 years, she has had this dream in her and she's been able to birth it. And today she's going to be sharing all the amazing journey that she's had to go through to be able to be the woman she is today and to be able to actually bless us with this amazing platform, the Whole Woman Show. And she's a wonderful mother of amazing 2 children and soon to be, mother-in-law, as well as having a lovely, wonderful grandson. So before I just invite her, I just want to say welcome to all our viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's amazing to have you on the show. Thank you for your support. So let's get right into it. Welcome to the beautiful Queen, Regina.
Thank you so much, Hannah. It's wonderful to be here with you.
Thank you so much for being on the show. I am so delighted and absolutely just excited to be able to have you on the show today. The power of online is just incredible for us to be able to meet online, and immediately there was an amazing connection.
Yeah.
And that connection has actually kept us to come together today to be able to kind of work together in collaboration and really deliver this powerful message, which is all about, the simple way to be able to create a purposeful life. And so I just want to just welcome you to this wonderful platform, Regina. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I'm excited about it because, like you said, if not for the situation, the way the world has turned, we would not be together today. And I'm grateful for that.
Absolutely, indeed. We've had so many people who have made some incredible connections just because of the pandemic. And it's really amazing. And this is one of the connections, to be quite honest. So there's been some kind of great benefits that has actually come out of this amazing opportunity. Yes. So, tell us about your journey. We're talking about 20 years of you now birthing this amazing talk show of yours all the way in the Bahamas. Tell us about this journey, how you've been able to get yourself motivated, how you've been able to now be inspired and held onto this dream until you actually birth it.
It has not been easy, but it has been necessary because when God places something in your spirit and you know that it's what you're meant to do, I could tell you that there's no way you could walk away from it. And if you do, you would live a life of tragedy because the purpose, you were put here for a purpose and you need to fulfill it. For me, the journey has been one that has been challenging. The concept was birthed after my mother passed away from breast cancer. She raised 6 children on her own, basically. And I wanted to honor her with my life. I wanted, because she had fought so hard to give me life and to make sure I was okay, I wanted to honor her with the rest of my life. So I went on a fast to find out what my purpose was. And in doing so, I got a vision one day. I was sitting down and I got a vision of myself on a podium. And I was talking, the room was packed with women. And I was talking to these women from this podium and they were trying to hold on to the words that I was saying. And the voice said to me, the purpose of your life is to help women to come to understand that man and things are not their source, but I am. And a few weeks later, the concept for the show was given to me, the Whole Woman. And from there, everything within me has been walking towards fulfilling that purpose. There were days, there were days where I was crawling on the ground, crying, giving up. Sometimes, when I was at certain studios, uh, I wouldn't get what I was paying for, and I'd be driving home from the studio, and I'd call my girlfriend, and I'd be crying on the phone. I'm telling her, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm tired. I'm not doing it. And she'd be on the phone, quiet while I'm saying it, and then she'd be like, "You finished now? Because you got to get back up and you got to get back in there. You got to get back in there because you ain't gonna give up. You ain't gonna give up, and God ain't gonna allow you. So you just got to fix yourself and be back there next week and make it happen." And I have been down a road, Hannah. I can tell you it has been a journey.
Yes, absolutely. So many people have, dreams and visions, and sometimes it's so hard for them to actually take the right steps to be able to actually birth those visions. So, what sort of advice would you actually give them on what to do with it?
Let me say this. If once you've come to the realization that you found what it is that you are meant to do, one of the things that I suggest is that you find a quiet place. Get rid of all of your expectations of what you were put here for, what you've done in the past, where you think you should be, where you think you need to be. Get rid of all of it. Get rid of all the expectations of your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your friend. Clean yourself out. Empty yourself of everything. Find a quiet place. Sit and seek God's guidance and His will as to where you are to go next. That's the best advice I can give anyone, because that's the process that I had to go through. And I know it's a lonely place, because when you're doing it, listen to me, when you have a purpose, there's a saying, I saw it on my Facebook page, that says when God gave you a purpose, he didn't have a discussion with other people. So it don't matter what they think. He had a discussion with you. So you're the one that's responsible for it. So for me, that's the advice I would give anyone. Take some time, clean yourself out of everything. Because we think we know who we are. We think we know what we're supposed to do. And God have His own plans. I love the saying that says, we make our plans and watch God laugh. Because we really think we're smart.
I know, definitely, for sure. Absolutely. Um, what does it really mean to actually have a purpose-filled life? What does it really mean, though?
Living a purpose-filled life. Living a purpose-filled life is you fulfilling the thing that you were placed on this earth to do.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's what it is. Fulfilling the thing that you were placed here for. Other than that, you're just meandering about. You're just wasting time. And 99.9% of the time, you're never happy, because you're not in the purpose that you were placed here for. And I think that once you find it, it causes your whole life to open up and bloom. It's an amazing place to be. It causes you to be, when you're in the center of who you are and in the place of what you're meant to do, it's like, there's almost no way of describing it, because you're on the path that you're meant to be, that straight path. And only you one could do it, because the experiences and the challenges that you've gone through in your life have prepared you to be in that place. That's when you know that you're in your purpose-filled place. That's when you know it, because everything that you've been through serves you in that space. And I found that to be true for me.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right. And I think there is power in finding your purpose, because once you're able to find it, it's almost like you become a new person. Your life changes.
Completely.
The way you talk, the way you think about
carry yourself. Carry yourself, because everything now is moving you towards it. You're not the same person, and you can't be, because in order to move there, one of the things I know that about me is that I know that there are certain things that I cannot do, and certain things that I cannot accept in an effort to be and do what I do. That's what being in my purpose has helped me to find.
Yes, absolutely. So why do you think it's actually important for people to actually find their purpose?
If you can't find, if you don't know who you are, someone will tell you. It's as simple as that. And that's what's happening to so many women and men in our society. They're
Yeah.
on a job, they're doing things that they're not happy with because somebody said to them when they were in school, go to college, get an education. Do you know
Yeah.
how many persons who've gone to college and gotten an education in a particular field doesn't work in that field?
Exactly.
Simply because they were told or they thought that that's where they were supposed to have gone. And then
Mm.
they come out and the reality hit them is like, this is not who I am. This is not who I am. And then they find out who they are and they're in a completely different than what they've spent all that money in college for. It is important
Absolutely.
because it
Yeah.
guides your whole life. It guides you to where you're meant to be. Being in your purpose guides your whole life. That's why it's important.
Mm.
Because if not,
Definitely.
you're meandering about the world aimlessly.
Absolutely. You're right.
I
You know,
believe
when it
that with
comes,
every fiber of my being.
absolutely. It's really about discovering you and understanding who you are.
Mhm.
And even if you're having difficulties in terms of trying to understand who you are, what your journey is, what your path is, I think it's important for you to speak to people as well, because they can actually support you and help you as well in terms of where you are meant to be, what you are meant to be doing, what is your life purpose. And, I always encourage other people to actually speak to a mentor or to a
Mm,
coach who
mhm,
can actually give them the guidance for them to be able to help them bring out, the best and the quality in them as well. It's about embracing yourself. Self acceptance is very, very important. Part of finding your purpose is about accepting your own limitations as well. Instead of you getting frustrated with yourself and maybe not sure of your direction or where you're going, I think it's so important for you to actually just practice self-compassion. you know having the opportunity to be able to build self-awareness for yourself, embracing your shortcomings and accepting your limitations. I think those things are very, very important. What are your thoughts about that?
one of the things I always say one of the things because
Yeah.
there are certain things in my life that when they happen to me, I pick them and I hold on to them. My
Yes.
company is called The Whole Woman, and it's called
Mm.
The Whole Woman for a reason.
Yeah.
If you're broken, you cannot pay the part you're meant to be to others. You cannot because you're broken. And if you're
Yes.
broken and you're dealing with people,
Mm-hmm.
you're half behind in it. Is what you're doing. You're
Yeah.
not giving it your total everything that you can because you're broken. So for me, it's important that we find out who we are first and foremost. And in finding your purpose, that's valuable because you cannot walk in your purpose if you do not know who you are. So for
Yeah.
me, finding out who you are is what is paramount. You have
Mm.
to, when you're whole, you're a better lover, better mother, better friend, better sister. You're better all around because you know who you
Yes.
are. And then when you
Absolutely.
find out who you are, then you step back and say, okay, now that I know who I am, what was I put here for? What was I placed on this earth for? And
Mm.
then you now take that journey of emptying yourself. See, because if you're still hung up on what people think and how people feel and what you think you should be, you can't empty yourself. That's
Yeah.
why when I said empty yourself, you had to go through the journey of finding out who you are. Oh Lord. And if I make that sound like that easy, don't let me fool you. And I ain't trying to fool you because it ain't easy, pal. The journey is a difficult and arduous one. Because you know what it is to find out who you are, Hannah?
Mm.
You have to look yourself in the face and see you're crazy. And that's not easy. No, you have to look yourself in the face. And you have to be like, why am I in this relationship?
Mm.
I chose that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of
Definitely.
us as women, especially, we find ourselves in different relationships, jumping from relationship to relationship. And when we look and when we take stock, because we haven't done the work to clean ourselves up and to heal ourselves, we have the same man every time, just a different skin.
Yeah. Absolutely, indeed.
Okay.
You're right. Uh, let's talk about, steps in terms of finding your purpose. What steps can we actually take when it comes to finding your purpose? So, for me, it's about determining your mission statement. Just like if you have a business, we
Mm-hmm.
all need to have a mission statement in life. And so that's the way I look at it. I just determine my mission statement and I look at what impact do I want to make on the world?
mm,
what impact do I want to contribute to the world? And so I look around me and see what I can do. And I also think about the legacy that I want to leave.
that's
There's so many things that we can actually do in terms of making an impact within the comforts of our home.
mm,
And I also think about, what do you want to be known for and be remembered for?
mm,
I want to be known for helping as many women as possible to be able to birth their visions, their dream, to be able to start a business. I want to be known for giving women the opportunity for them to be able to have a platform to speak and share their story all
mm,
over the world, right? So,
exactly.
when we're talking about finding your purpose, finding your passion, for me, number one, it's about determining your mission statement. Every business needs a mission statement. You, as a person, as an individual, you need a mission statement. What is your mission statement? These are the kind of questions that I think about when I, write about my mission statement, when I'm looking about my purpose and my passion as well. So what are your thoughts on that?
I was taught that legacy is one of the most powerful things that you can create
Yes.
and leave behind.
Yeah.
And in creating a legacy and leaving that behind, it is paramount that you come to the place where you understand and know who you are and know why you're here. Here's why I say that. A man who's a thief, who's a robber, and he dies, that is the legacy he leaves behind. For me, I have two children, my daughter Iesha, who's 30, and my son Stevejay, who's 21, and my
Yeah.
grandson AJ, who is 4.
Yeah.
Even before AJ came about, the most important thing for me, always, even before I had children, was to make sure that I left something behind that they could now hold their head up and be proud about. In addition to having my daughter and my son, I have
Yeah.
about 15, 20 nieces and nephews,
Wow.
and I have grandnieces and nephews now. So for me, it is even more valuable and more important for me to leave a legacy that they could now see that Auntie Gino did this. They call me Auntie Gino. I'm sorry, it's Regina, but they call me yeah. My kids could say my mother did this, and I tell my children all the time. Let me tell you how important this is to me, leaving a legacy of who I am and what I was put here for. I tell them, when I build this, when my eyes close, if you don't carry it on, I'm gonna be walking about choking you in the night. That's how valuable that is to me. Leaving a legacy. That's what finding your purpose is. That's what's coming to know who you are is. You can
Yeah.
leave a legacy of that's substantial as opposed to leaving something that is not valuable. When you know who you are and you live your life in the manner in which you're supposed to, there's no one that can dim your light, even when your eyes close. No one,
Yeah.
because you have left that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
you talk about women. The whole woman show is birth for women. I am a conduit that is being used to move women into the places that they're meant to be in this world. That's what I am. The whole woman
Yes.
is not about me. I'm the conduit that God has chosen to use at this point, this time, this season, to birth, help other women birth what they're meant to do. And I know it.
Absolutely. Come on now, sis. Let's hear it.
And I know it. I know it without a
Yeah.
shadow of a doubt. Everything in my life for 20 years has been building this because when I saw myself in that room with those women and those women trying to hold on to the words, everything in my life shifted and I've lost so much because of it. Mm, I've lost so much because of it. But to me, it's all worth it when I look now and I see the opportunities that are going to be placed before the women in the Bahamas. That
Yes.
because here in the Bahamas we have some of the most phenomenal women,
Yeah.
and it has been a challenge to get exposure for them to get out to the world and other women around the world. Now that I see, because I'm doing this with you, and
Mm.
you're going to be on my show, and we're going to do stuff together, and and when I look at that, I know that I'm a conduit for those women, and I'm so excited
Absolutely.
about it. I'm not one of those women that's jealous or hold on to like somebody succeeding and I'm supposed. No, take this
Yeah.
platform that is presented, the whole woman show that now is going to be going out to 500 million persons around the world. Take it and use it as use it as bright and as big as you can. That's the opportunity
Absolutely.
that they have. And that's because I'm in my purpose.
Yes, absolutely. Indeed. I love what you said about, being the vessel for women, helping women around the world. And we're very similar in that aspects. Me also hosting my own show and bringing women to the same platform as well. And so many people would look at us and think, wow, they are very confident. They speak very well, very articulately, and they really show up powerfully online. But sometimes there are many challenges behind the scenes. And so, I try to tell as much people as possible that in life there are so many adversities and so many difficulties. And, especially someone like myself who is also an introvert, sometimes I don't want to be in front of people.
That's not my problem.
Yeah. But I work on myself. I push myself out of my comfort zone, and I show up because I love what I do, and I'm making an impact. I'm leaving a legacy. And
Yes.
so there is power in starting. There is power in making a move and taking action on your purpose, on
Mm,
your passion. And, once you're able to make those steps, you'll be able to attract so many people who are aligned with you to actually come on this journey with you. And so this is what I encourage so many women, that no matter where you are at, start there. It doesn't really matter, because when you start, all the things that you need will start to come your way.
you remember
Whether
that
it's
path?
people, Mhm.
Remember that path I talk about? That narrow
Yeah.
path?
Mhm.
That's right there.
Yeah, people will start to come to you. You will start to attract the right kind of people. You will start to get support left, right, and center, because you've given yourself grace to be able to start that vision. You've been able to, come out of your comfort zone. You've been able to really move forward. So, whatever it is that you want to do, you have the power to do it. The only limitation, it's you. It's about you getting out of your own way.
Yes.
If you are
Yes.
struggling, there are coaches there. I'm here to
Yes.
support you. I'm here to hold your
Mentors you
hand.
can find. Yes.
Exactly. And to guide you through. It's possible. Some of us, we find it very difficult to do certain things. That's okay. But we can't keep on making excuses all the time.
Mm,
We need to find a way to be able to really start making an impact. We need to find a way to start really coming out of our shell and really
mm,
birthing those visions and allowing the world to really, see exactly what we are made of, how we can actually contribute to our society, to our community, whether
yes.
it is to, support the local area that you live in, whatever it is. There is no right or wrong. It's just about you giving yourself the opportunity and just to start. It doesn't have to be perfect. Forget
It
about
doesn't.
perfectionism. What does that even mean?
One of
you
the
know,
things, I don't like, people always think that being in your purpose or finding out who you are has to be something big and grand and you have to be out there and do it. It's not that.
yeah,
Everybody was, my hands have a joint, all the joints, and then the palm. Each one of those joints play a part, each one. And
yeah,
none of the same, none of the same. But if one of them is missing, my hand is not whole. It's not what it's meant to be. It's not. In like manner, people on earth, people who are birthed, are meant to do certain things. My makeup, I don't do makeup. I would be on here, my skin, I have oily skin, I'm sorry. But I would be on here looking like a scarecrow if someone wasn't capable of putting on makeup. The jewelry I have on, if someone was incapable of making that, if someone was incapable of making food or cleaning my car, it'll be filthy. If someone was incapable of painting my house, it wouldn't. You understand what I mean? It's not something that has to be something grand or arduous. You just have to find the thing that you were created for and be the best at that, no matter what it is. Martin Luther King said, if you're going to be a street sweeper,
hmm
be the best street sweeper you could possibly be. That's the concept of knowing what your purpose is and being in it. No matter what it is, you be the best at it. You let them know you be known.
yeah,
Oh, if you need somebody to cut your grass, you call Sandra because Sandra could cut grass. She's the best grass cutter I know. And that's what being in your purpose is all about. Because once you're in it, I talk about that narrow path. I spoke about the narrow path earlier. See, anybody could be on the wide path with all the other people who cut grass and who do makeup and who do hair and who do shows and whatever else. And um, you could be like everybody else. Or you could bring yourself to the table knowing who you are, understanding what you bring to the table. That's when you talk about knowing who you are and bringing, you know who you are and you bring you to the table. It doesn't matter. That's that narrow path that you go down, because now the experiences and the things you've gone through in your life now prepared you for your path, even though it may be like somebody cooks food, you cook your food and you cook your food the best you know how. And that's what it is to own who you are. And that's so listen, when you know who you are, there's certain things you will not do and there's certain things you will not accept once you come to know who you are.
Absolutely.
And for women, it's important. It's important to know who you are and to know your purpose. I can't tell you how important it is, because if not, you're gonna get mediocre. You're gonna get what you get, and you're gonna wonder about this world and happy and unfulfilled. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. And just to add to what you've just said, it's important that we focus on one thing at a time, right? Focus on one thing and perfect it, and just concentrate on it, because sometimes we focus on too many things and then we get so much distractions.
Yes.
Right? And so we never get to complete those things. We never get to finish it because we're focusing on so many different things. Once you find your purpose, focus on your purpose and stay in your lane.
Yes.
Absolutely. So something that I do encourage many of the women is for you to make a list of things that you love to do. Start from there. There is no better place for you to start than where you are already right now. So get a pen, get a notepad, write down exactly what you love. What do you love? Within that list, you'll be able to find what you want to do and your purpose in life. Also take inventory of your achievements. Many of us, we speak so down to ourselves. We don't even love ourselves, right?
Our own worst enemy.
we are the ones that is actually in our own way, right? The limiting beliefs, all those things is holding us back because we've not given ourselves the opportunity to shine. We've not given ourselves the opportunity to even acknowledge simple achievements that we've actually achieved.
You know what, Hannah? That happens. Yeah. Let me interject here. That happens because a lot of times we worry about how people are gonna feel about us being so, and we think about how people feel about it, or we worry about what people think. If I sit you now and say I'm the most amazing person I know, people would be like, who she thinks she is? And then you have some people who would be like, see, she full of herself and all that kind of stuff. I am the most amazing person I know, and I work and I did the work and I got beat up to stand here and say that. And that's the kind of mindset that you have to have, because it goes right back to what I was saying to you. If you don't know who you are and you can't own, like you say, the accomplishments and whatever else it is that you've done, somebody's gonna tell you who you are and what you can do and what you can't do.
Yes, absolutely.
Someone will tell you.
Yeah, it's true, because our achievements and our success actually tell us how much about ourselves. The successes, the accomplishment, the achievement actually really tells us much about ourselves and our skills, our talents, our values, our integrity, so, it's all about looking at those things, taking an inventory of your achievements. What have you excelled at in life, both professionally and personally, right? What are you most proud of? There are things that we've done that we are so proud of. There are things that we never thought that we had potential to be able to do it or achieve it. You need to be proud of those things. And you need to be your biggest cheerleader, because once you are your biggest cheerleader, whatever somebody else is saying doesn't really matter.
It don't matter.
Right? Validation from somebody else does not really matter. That doesn't really have nothing to your life. It doesn't really have any value to your life. As long as you appreciate your success, your accomplishments, right? And you've been able to actually focus on yourself You understand? Focus on the journey of finding your purpose. And once you find it, run with it and start making an impact, start leaving a legacy. Enough of, oh gosh, I'm not sure what to do. There are support out there for people, right?
Mhm.
There
Let me
is, yeah, come in.
let me say, one of the things I've been taught is you use what you have in your hand. And a lot
Yeah,
of us have everything that we need to be and do what we're meant to do on this earth in our hands.
yeah.
We do. But the thing about it is we talk ourselves out of it, or we think it's not good enough, or we worry about if I leave my job, how I'll survive and all that. One of the things I would say to anybody who's working towards um, walking into their purpose, if you're in a job, make a plan. You make a plan. You
Mm,
don't just walk off, because I was taught also that you use your day job to fuel your vision. You go on a job in the day, you work that job, and you take that money, some of that money that you get paid, and you
yeah.
learn. You go to school and learn what you need to learn. You buy the things you need to buy to be able to create whatever it is you need to create. So you use your day job to fuel your vision. You don't just up and quit because that's foolish. You make a plan, you prepare yourself, and you walk it out. That's one of the things I would say about being in your purpose. You don't just
Mm,
jump, because if you jump without a parachute, you're gonna land hard. Okay? Because even when God gives you a vision, you need to make sense out of that vision. I had to make a plan. I didn't just
mm,
jump and do what I did. I had to make a plan and set it out, and then start to walk it out step by step. 6 months, I'm gonna have this amount of money saved, this amount of things that I need for the purpose, this amount of courses I would have already gone through and learned this, that, this, the other. I would learn how to sew. I would learn how to bake bread. I would learn how to be the best car washer, whatever it is. You learn that, and then you say, okay, to be the best bread baker, I'm going to need this amount of flour to start with, this amount of sugar, and you start to take your day job. You purchase those things and you put them aside. You're walking your way into the plan, using the day job to fuel the vision. That's what you do. You understand?
absolutely.
And then once you get that in place, then you make a decision as to when, a year and a half out, I'm going to leave the job and I'm going to walk in to where I need to be. You take care of some of your bills, you put them in good perspective so that they don't come back to bite you in the butt. And you make those kinds of plans before you walk into your purpose.
Mm,
That's what I would suggest. That's some of the advice I would give.
and I definitely concur with what you just said. And I think it's also important that we actually acknowledge our gifts and our talents, because each and every one of us, we are born with
We
special
have them
gifts,
right here, right here.
right?
Hmm. Right in
We
your
are,
hands.
yeah, we are born with special gifts. And, it's so important to our purpose in life. Those gifts, those talents, those things are so important to all our purpose in life. And, sometimes some of us can be actually good at just listening to people, or
That's
maybe you're
it.
good with, yeah, or maybe you're good with organizing a program, or maybe you're good with talking. you know Maybe you have the ability to calm other people down, or maybe to even
Mm.
strategize, or even
Yes,
offer solutions, right?
yes.
What I always encourage the women around me is make a list of your gifts,
I like
right?
that.
That are
I like
special
that.
to you. Yeah, that are special to you. What sets you apart from others? Start to write
Mm.
those things down. These are the things that would actually help you. What you've been saying and what I've been adding to it will actually help so many people to start to find their purpose, their passion in
Mm.
life, and start to take the right action. It's about exploring new opportunities, and it's really about getting out of your own way and making room for yourself. I was at a conference last week, and they were talking about the shift, right?
Mm.
And the person, the speaker that was speaking, he said, "Vroom vroom, time to get out of that room." And what does that mean? it means it's about you checking yourself. What room are
Mm.
you in?
Yes.
What room are you in? Are you in a room whereby you feel comfortable and you do not want to go further? You don't want to move forward? Are you in a room of limiting belief?
Mm.
Are you in a room whereby you lack and you're not really reaching out to people to help and support you? Are you in a room whereby you're looking to be able to really find your purpose, but you don't really know how to? So check yourself. What room are you in? Because it's
Mm.
time to shift. It's time for you to get out of that room and start taking actions, because your purpose sometimes will not come to you just like that. Sometimes it
No.
comes as a vision, just like yours did. You had a
Mhm.
vision about the whole woman
Mhm.
show, and you birthed that vision, right? And sometimes your purpose can actually come to you. You can actually have it, but sometimes you don't. So you have to
You
go
don't.
out and look for it.
Yes.
And so it's about,
Yeah.
checking yourself and understanding, where are you at now? What do you need? Who can help you? Who can support you? Who can take you out of that room and shift you to where you need to be?
Mm.
So what are your thoughts about that? Shifting from where you are, if it's a room that is full of limiting belief, if you have something that's holding you back, that's making you stagnant, and you really can't really leave, what advice would you actually give to many women who are watching right now?
One of the things I believe is that your purpose is innate. It's inside you.
Yeah.
It's inside you, because a seed, everything a seed needs is inside of it.
Hmm.
Okay. We're, and so everything we need for us to be what we're meant to be is inside of us.
Yeah.
And if you're stuck, one of the things I would say is, for me, when I was looking for my purpose, a purpose is something that is meant to help someone. It is meant it. These are some of the things you look for. It is meant to help others. It
Yes.
is meant to, it'll be able to sustain you, and it will glorify God. Those are some of the things that you look for. It's innate. And
Yeah.
if you are stuck, again, I live in the Bahamas, one of the most beautiful places in the world. Our beaches are known worldwide. I'm a beach girl. This morning I was at the beach 5 o'clock, 5:30 this morning, in the water, swimming and exercising. 5:30. I say that to say this. Whenever I'm clogged, whenever I can't find my way, whenever I have another something that's coming towards me that I can't understand, I take
Yeah.
time away. I leave and I go to the water, and I know I sit there and I don't talk to no human being. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to hear from anyone. I go there and I find my center,
Hmm.
and I sit, I write, I sing, I walk, I channel. That's what I do. Now, I would say to anyone who's stuck as an individual that's stuck,
Yeah.
the world is very chaotic right now. It's always been,
Absolutely.
and it's even more so now. And if you're
Mm.
looking at the challenges and all the things that's happening in the world, it can cause you to be stuck. What you need to do is find alone time. With the children, and take them to your sister, take them to your mother, take them to their auntie, somewhere safe. And you take some time, man or woman, and you
Yeah.
spend some time away, and you go into yourself, because what you need is inside of you. It's in your hand. It's there.
Yeah.
A seed does not need to go anywhere else to find what it needs to be a tree. It's in you, and you have
Yeah.
to go in you to come out with it. There may be several
Absolutely.
things that are there, but there's
Hmm.
one that stands out, and that's your purpose. And
Yeah.
the other stuff, after you've mastered your purpose, those other things will come. Those other things will come. For me, talking, I learned, the Holy Spirit told me that my talking is my gift. That is my gift. And He said to be careful with your words, because your words are powerful. I'm a journalist by
Yeah.
profession. I do a television show, but keep in mind, in the sphere of journalism, there's magazines, there's radio. I've done all of it,
Yeah.
because those are the things that are in the sphere of who I am. It
Hmm.
doesn't take me away. It's very easy. I could take what I'm saying on this show and turn it into a book. I could take what I'm saying on this show and turn it into a radio show. So while you may have various things that you like, or plenty things that you write down, you have to ask God to narrow it down for you once. Like Hannah say, you write it down. You go in now and ask Him to narrow it down so that you can find the purpose of your life. And then all the other things that you may like, it'll come, because you master one first.
Yeah.
And then you come off of that. So my advice to you would be, find alone time, get empty. You got to get empty. Don't come with your thoughts and other people's thoughts and what people think and how they feel. You won't be able to receive. Empty yourself out, throw it away. Say to yourself, God, I come before you. I don't, with no thoughts, nothing. Just show me, fill me. And mind you may not get it at that particular time. I find that sometimes when I'm moving about, I'd hear something that says, okay, go this way, do it that way, change that, add that. That's what I would suggest. Find alone time. It's the world is if you look at it now, you would the Bible says that people will die because of fear. The things that are happening that will happen in the world. You have to be careful to guard your heart, guard your mind, guard your soul, guard your spirit. Find alone time and strengthen yourself. Find what it is you're meant to do.
Absolutely.
That would be my suggestion.
Yeah, definitely. And just to add to that, and I think it's about embracing a mindfulness practice. It's about, like what you've said, is about finding a space for you to be quiet and to be able to focus. Yeah, it's time to quiet your mind and tune out of the noise, because sometimes it's too noisy.
It is.
Yeah,
the
your
whole
thoughts.
world.
Yeah, your thoughts, your worries, all that kind of stuff. It's time for
The
you
people
to just
talking
quiet
to
them.
you, the people calling, the phone, the computer, every app, every phone blinging every day, all hours of the day. You got your grandchildren, your children. You can't do it. You're not going to receive that way. You're not.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're
And
not.
it's about finding the practice that actually works best for you. So that could actually be writing or yoga or even meditation, or maybe taking nature walks,
Yes.
going out into the lovely environment, into nature.
Mhm.
Whatever works for you, make sure that you do it every day, right?
Every chance you
Because
get, if it's something.
once you start, it becomes a habit.
Yes. Yes.
When you can actually get to a space where you can actually quieten your mind, what happens is that your brain has the chance to be able to now kind of take everything in. Right. And so a shift and a reactivation mode start to take place, right?
Yes.
And then you start to go into the thoughtful mode as well. And you'll be able to start to realize that what is truly at your heart is at the center. And you'll be able to focus and see where you're going, your direction clearly, because you've given yourself that mindfulness practice. You've been able to embrace, your environment. You've been able to embrace what you love to do, right? And so, when we start to really do that, we start to look at how we can actually look at the bigger picture. And so that would actually help us to be able to start finding our purpose in life. This has just been an amazing conversation, and we can carry on all day talking about finding your purpose. I am so excited about this conversation. Just let me look at some of the amazing comments. Someone said, seeking God's guidance is key to achieving your purpose. Absolutely.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And another comment is, it can be accelerating and achieve your success actualization. Brilliant. Fantastic. And then another person said, fulfilling your purpose gives you a kind of a direction in life.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it does.
Indeed. And then someone said, brilliant ladies, so glad you've said all this. I'm a coach for divorced and separation coach for women of color. Well done, sis. Really appreciate that. And so, there's so many amazing comments here, which is amazing. You ladies, you rock. You both look absolutely beautiful. Enjoying this amazing queen. Thank you so much to all our wonderful guests. I'm just so grateful to be able to have Regina today on the show. And we've been able to really share some amazing tips and nuggets, and even, our journey to actually finding our own purpose. And it hasn't been easy. And, it's a journey in itself. Yes. And don't give up. Don't give up. So what are your last messages?
20 plus years. Okay. 20 plus years.
If anything today, take away Regina going through the process of birthing a purpose and a passion within the period of 20 years. She held on tight to it and she didn't give up. And that's what I did. When I have a vision, I write it down, I pray about it, and I execute it with faith, and I believe in it. And so I'm encouraging you to also do the same as well, to all of you who are watching us today, all our amazing audience and our listeners. So, don't give up easily. It's time for you to take action. Everything you have is within you, is within your reach. You have the power to start today and really focus on your purpose. Stay on your lane and do whatever pleases you, whether you want to do meditation, whether you want to pray, whatever you want to embrace as a mindfulness practice to help you become more focused, more quiet from the noise, so that you can actually focus on your journey. which is really important. So, Regina, what are the last amazing, encouraging words, words of inspiration to inspire many of our viewers today as we wrap up our wonderful show?
One of the, I always say one of the things. I have to watch myself with that because I say that all the time because it's like for certain things I have one particular thing that I hold on to. But
Yeah,
what I would say to viewers is that at the end of the day, you are everything that you need to be what you are meant to be. You have everything. You are all of it. You have everything. You don't have to look to a friend, a boyfriend, a husband. You don't have to look to anybody for it. It's in you. You would like to have the support and that sort of thing. But everything that you need is in you. I need you to understand that. Once you come to understand that, nobody can stop you. No one can. You have everything that you need. Quiet yourself, find the time, and hear what it is you're meant to do and go after it. Everything
yeah.
is already there that you have in your hands.
Absolutely. I love that. It's about exploring new things. It's about embracing different types of opportunity. Just explore things that you have always wanted to do. Go
Yes,
out there and meet new people, whether you meet new people online, whether you meet people offline during networking events. Spend time with yourself. Spend time with yourself. Make this
important.
journey about you, right?
Yes,
Because it's all about you. And
yes,
all you want to do is to be able to just kind of get out of your own way and give yourself grace and the opportunity for you to be able to shine and find your purpose. Have fun while you're doing it because, it's about having fun, and also through the fun you'll be able to find your true passion, and
yes.
also your purpose will be able to present itself to you. So fun is key in everything. And so I just want to encourage you all to not give up on your purpose, to keep going, and until you find it, you will be able to realize how great you can be
Mm.
once you get on that track of knowing what it is. And the world is waiting for you. The world is
Yes,
waiting for you,
yes,
waiting for you. We are
yes,
waiting for you to birth your dreams. So I
yes.
just want to say thank you so much to the wonderful Regina for joining me today as we are able to actually share some amazing tips and strategies on our journey on, birthing our own purpose. So thank you so much, Regina. How have you been able to find the show and the process?
Your show or the
Yes.
show? Oh, I love it. I loved it. I got the opportunity to inspire some persons, and that's what you said your purpose is. And you gave me that opportunity, and I am more than grateful to be a part of it. And let me just interject right here. I know my name is something that always causes a challenge. You say Regina, and I know everybody around the world says Regina, but my father gave me my name, and I love my name. I pronounce it Regina. Regina.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, Regina.
Yeah, it's Regina. And
That's very unique.
I love my name. I'm a daddy's
Yeah.
girl. 55
Mhm.
years old and a big old daddy's girl.
Absolutely. All the daddy's girl, raise your hand up. Yeah. Thank you so much, Queen. Such a pleasure to have you on this show. We've had a real blast. I am so excited for what the future has for both of us and all the amazing queens who have actually tuned in today to watch us live on our channels. So thank you so much to all our viewers. Thanks for leaving such amazing comments and also engaging and interacting with us live. So until next week, I'm back again with another amazing guest. Thanks for your support. And, that's it for me from today and from our wonderful guest. Thank you so much, Regina.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all our viewers. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Have a great evening. Stay blessed. Thanks for now. Bye.